Alright, stepsons and everyone watching. I told you a while ago I was going to get a how to do laundry video ready, and I'm going to do it today. I got to give the disclaimer. This is the stepdad method, so there's probably better ways to do it, but this will get your clothes clean, and I'll show you what I know. If you know someone that needs to watch this video, make sure you share it with them. You're going to want some laundry baskets. We have 3 or 4. Usually 3 will take care of it for us. Then you collect the dirty clothes. As you gather the towels from the kitchen, from the bathroom that you're going to be washing, replace them right away with clean ones so that if you come to do dishes, you don't have to go find a towel with wet hands. By the way, I recommend you have a washcloth that's more of a rag that you keep on or by your vanity so that when you have drips you can wipe it off right away. That's not a laundry tip. That's just a bonus tip. Gather the laundry and take it downstairs. When you've gathered all the dirty clothes, then you sort them into whites and lights, darks, and colors, generally. We do our towels separate too. Depends on how big of a load you're going to have, depending on how you sort them. It's a good practice to double check your pockets as you're sorting your clothes. If you wash it a stick of chapstick or something else, then it might make a little bit of a mess. Here's a stepdad trick. When I'm done wearing a shirt and I put it in my dirty clothes, before I do laundry, I put the hangers that the clothes went with in the hamper as well. That way I don't have to make a separate trip to get the hangers down to the laundry area when they come out after. You want to get it started earlier in the day. If it takes time to wash, then it takes time to dry. Start early so that you can be done and have time to dry it and fold it and put it away before midnight. If you're getting value from these videos, make sure you share them and give them a like. Not all washing machines are the same. You could have a top-loading washing machine or you could have a front-loading one. You're going to want to pay attention to whether your machine is designated as a high efficiency or a normal washing machine. The reason is because the detergent that you get needs to be high efficiency if you have a high efficiency machine. Next thing is I'm going to put the laundry in the washing machine, but I want to make sure it's not too full. As I do so, I'm also going to keep an eye out for any spots that need stain spray. In our case, we've got a tradition in our household that my wife said, if there's something you want me to spray, tie it in a knot before you put it in the clothes hamper, and then I'll know to look for something. That may look like a lot, but when it fills up, we'll be okay. So put that in, close it, and now we'll put the detergent in. For the washing machine model that we have, this drawer pulls out, and here we can put in our detergent. If we use liquid bleach, we can put it here, and if we use fabric softener, we can put it here. Sometimes I'll use both of those, but usually we just do laundry detergent. This little cup is where we put the laundry detergent. We've made a little mark on here to indicate when it's full. Fill it up till it gets to that mark, and you can adjust it if you've got a larger load or not, but that should be plenty. If I wanted to use bleach, I could put it in here, and if I used fabric softener, we could put it in here. Now you pick the settings that you want. First, we hit the power button. It defaults to cotton normal, which for this load, that's probably fine. Over here, there's some optional settings, and you may or may not have this on your washing machine. You're going to need to look at your washing machine instruction manual to choose, but this default's good. I like to add a little extra spin because I like to get as much moisture out as I can. So now I hit the start button. It will sense the load and start the cycle. If it were to sense an excessive load, it might give me a warning sign. So now I just let it run. The washer's done, so we're going to put the clothes in the dryer now. There's a couple things with the dryer you want to do to make sure it's ready. We do this at the end every time, but most dryers are going to have a lint screen to catch lint. So we wipe it out at the end of the last cycle, so it's already cleaned out. But if you haven't checked yours, make sure your lint trap is cleaned out. We'll also put in one of these little fabric dryer sheets. Just makes the stuff smell good. When that's ready, I'll put a laundry basket underneath so I just don't drop any of it on the floor, because we've got them right next to each other. It's just a matter of pulling it out and putting it in. Unless you have something that shouldn't go through the dryer, you'd want to take that out now. But some things do better when you hang dry them. Our dryer controls are going to have the power button. We turn it on. Then we set it for which type of a load this is. The default one is normal. I'm going to put it there. Over here we've got some other options. We typically do a time dry, and it usually takes at least an hour. So I will do that and start it there. Now that the first load's in the dryer, we're going to keep the washer going and load it. In this case, I'll do the darks. I'm probably going to do it all in one load. Because this load is heavier and I've got it pretty full, instead of doing just cotton normal, I'm going to put it to bulky and large. And I also put a little bit of extra detergent in there. As the dryer gets closer to being done on the cycle, and I actually extended it a little bit already, some of the fabric will be finished drying faster than the towels, for example, that are in with this as well. I don't like to have to take them out, take them somewhere else, and then fold them. So I take the baskets that are available and feel towels are still very wet. That shirt's still very wet. What that means is you have to plan your day accordingly. If it's going to take a while to get your clothes dried, plan your day accordingly. All right, they should be good and dry now. They've been through 2 or 3 cycles. Come back, checking in on them now. The towels are going to be the real indicator. That feels dry. Switch it to air and let it just spin. It doesn't wrinkle as much if it's tumbling, as long as you don't let it get too dry. And maybe it is a little too dry. Now towels won't matter, but there's some shirts and some other things in here. Ideally, you want to get them out when they're just a hint damp, by my preference. Now I'll just pull them out a little bit at a time and start folding them while the other things continue to tumble. Here I am exposing our dirty laundry, except it's not dirty anymore. There's a dad joke for you. I'll go ahead and fold them right out of the dryer because I don't want to handle the clothes more than once if I don't have to. My wife's preference is to kind of lightly fold them or partially fold them and then take them up to our bedroom and fold them on the bed. That's what she likes to do. I like to just get it done here instead of doing it what seems to me to be twice. So again, pull a few things out, let the rest of it keep tumbling, and then fold these and put them in another basket. If you got enough baskets, you can sort them as you go. One of my favorite shirts. For towels, this is the way my wife did it, and I like it. So you take the towel, fold it in half, lengthwise. Now, for my OCD, I like to do it with the hems. Fold it in half again, this way. And then most of them will fold in thirds nicely. If they don't fold in thirds, then you can actually fold them in fourths. And you tuck the 2 end pieces in first and then fold it together so that it looks like this when it's done. But in thirds, it's very similar, but it would look like this when it's done. Like anything else, the more you do it, the better you get at it, the faster it goes. We'll keep the laundry going, but before we do, I'm going to take the lint screen out. We'll save some of these old dryer sheets and use those to wipe it off right into the garbage can. You can do this with your hand too. If this dryer sheet's only been through 1 cycle, sometimes I'll put it in and use it again. So now we just move the stuff from the washer to the dryer. If the stuff in the washer gets all twisted together, it's not a bad idea to get it out on its own, spread it out a little bit before you put it in the dryer. If your shirts are in the dryer that you're going to hang up on a hanger when you're done, you want to get here when they're just a tad damp. That way they'll have the fewest amount of wrinkles. You'll get it to be as wrinkle-free as you can if you can pull it out at that point. The goal is not to have wrinkled clothes. New dryer sheet. And we're off to the races. Since I only have 3 batches today, we'll get the last batch of laundry in the washer. Because this one is the whites and lights, I'm going to go ahead and use bleach on it. I'll just pour some carefully, and then the machine will run that when the cycle is right for that one. So after you've washed all the loads, if you don't fold them right out of the dryer, and some of them don't lend themselves to that, then take those to your bedroom or wherever you want to fold your clothes and fold them there. But remember, if there's anything that's going to wrinkle, if you don't take care of it while it's still warm, like a dress shirt. I forgot to take the collar stiffeners out. If this sat in the dryer and the cycle stopped, it would end up being wrinkled. That's why you want to get this stuff out while it's fresh. One of your goals when you're doing laundry, be as efficient as you can. That would mean not dirtying more clothes than you need to. That means pulling them out right now so that you don't have to iron. Some shirts you need to iron anyway, or some other things you might want to iron regardless. So make sure you watch the video about how to iron a dress shirt so you can learn how to iron. Okay, we want to leave this ready for next time. So we have 2 in here. This one looks like it's used a little more than the other one. I'll save the one that's least used and use the one that's most used to clean the lint screen one last time. Now remember, your washer and dryer may be different than these models. So for the particulars for your settings, for how to start it, stop it, and so forth, make sure you read your owner's manual for your washer and your dryer. On the model of washer that we have, there is a little filter down here. And after each time you use it, you're supposed to drain and clean this filter out. Again, this might be unique to this model of a washer, and you may or may not have anything like this. There's a reservoir of water here. We drain that out, and then we can take the filter out and rinse the filter down here. This is drained all the way now. Again, this filter down here at the bottom, pull it out, and that must just be some kind of a secondary or final catch for lint or other things. There's not even much on there, but I'm going to take that into the bathroom and rinse it off. Now that it's rinsed off, I will put it back in. Past washing machines didn't have anything like this, to my knowledge. It was a top load, though. If, as you're sorting through your laundry, you discover something that's got a stain on it, then a stain remover or a spot stain treatment is a good thing to have. I didn't do that on this batch. I didn't have any necessarily that I needed to, but you may come across that. So if you've got any secondary or final folding to do, you can bring that up to your bed and take care of it there. One good thing to do while you're folding clothes is to get something educational, something you're interested in, and listen to that. I'm going to put these away because these are already folded. Folding socks can always be fun. I just spread them out when they come out of the laundry basket and then pair them up after. One way to fold socks is to tuck them in on themselves like this. You just feed it through and you get one long sleeve of a pair of socks. My preference is just to match them up and fold them in half like that, and then I put them in the drawer like this. And then you just put the clothes away where they go, and you're done. Now you know how to do the laundry. So if you haven't done it before, make sure you go do the laundry next time you do laundry in your house. Always remember, you can still succeed even though your dad may not be in your daily life. And you do have a dad that loves you. And I will see you on the next video.